It's all those hours of Hey You Pikachu. That's how I know how to...
No, there's no way. Do you still remember that?
No, but it's ingrained in my brain.
It's muscle memory.
Pikachu. Whoa, Pikachu had a cold.
Welcome back to making Pikachu noises.
Pikachu. 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 Pikachu.
This is not related to the SUFFERCAST, Kitty.
No, this is happiness.
Yeah, we have to start the... it's part of the new format. We start with happiness first. And you know what makes us happy?
Pokemon.
Raichu.
Right.
Spoilers, did you know Kitty's favorite Pokemon is Raichu?
Yeah.
That's so funny, because nobody cares about Raichu.
Shut your goddamn fucking mouth.
I'm kidding. Raichu's cute. I like imagining Yanto, our cat, as a Raichu.
Yeah.
Just big fat, floppy. Just flopped on the floor.
He doesn't even need to be a cat Pokemon.
No. We're like, if he was one, he would be like purr ugly.
Mm-hmm. But he's way cuter.
No, but Yanto's too cute, so just a big fat Raichu. Not even an Alolan Raichu.
No,
just a regular Raichu. Just a big Raichu.
Like the Raichu bun that I got at Fanime, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, the one that is kind of like a Tsum Tsum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a big Tsum Tsum.
Tsum Tsum.
Anyhow, Kitty,
Hi.
Kitty, what are we here for, Kitty?
To suffer.
This is welcome to Dango Duo's SUFFERCAST.
Lightning strikes.
Yeah, we're never gonna have lightning strike.
No.
It's gonna be you saying that every time.
Yeah, every time. It's
Welcome.
okay. They use the stereotypical lightning strikes in this last 3 episodes.
I'm surprised that American Horror Story hasn't used like the Wilhelm scream.
That's too goofy.
No, you know what? They might have actually already used it and we haven't noticed it. I wouldn't put it up I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them.
Blah. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I
What?
just noticed something from the previous episode. You know the guy who got his arm ripped off in the present day?
Yeah.
He's played by Adam Levine, the pop artist.
Are you sure?
That's what it says. Look at
No, open in a new tab.
Who else is,
Like a
is
computer,
there another?
open it.
Nope.
Oh, it's fucking out.
Nope, it's Adam Levine.
Fuck this show.
Why?
There's
he just got his arm ripped off and died. And then in this episode was like, no, I'm okay.
There's only one celebrity who's allowed to show up on every shitty TV show, and that's Josh Groban.
Yes.
Josh Groban.
Josh Groban hasn't made an appearance yet.
Yet. Oh, okay, real talk though. Okay. At first I was like, Josh Groban in Glee multiple times. Does he have nothing else to do? And then he showed up in the Muppets as an important character.
He wasn't in Glee multiple times, was he?
No, he was multiple times. He shows up in his episode,
second episode,
and then he shows up again as a judge.
Right. In like the 14th episode.
Yeah,
yes.
as a judge. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's Josh Groban. He's here. He'll raise you up.
I try not to remember Glee, but I just do.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, and then he shows up in the Muppets, and he dates Miss Piggy, I think, for an episode. Yeah, no, it's ironically, that Muppets show is actually, like, pretty good. It's still, like, okay, it's pretty good, except for the fact that it has to be the Muppets, and these characters are never gonna get any character development. And Miss Piggy, unfortunately, is kind of a stereotype of women in general.
Yeah.
She's, like, vain, she's all about herself, she's bossy. She's basically, like, what a man would make a woman...
character
as a character, like, to be funny. It's like, oh, she's also worried about her weight and her figure, and she's so vain. Oh, and she's volatile. Oh, and all the men around her just kind of like go. Yeah, no, I like the Muppets, but then when I realized, I'm like, yeah, Miss Piggy is just kind of a stereotype, and that kind of sucks because, like, there's something there in the idea of like Kermit the Frog and that other guy, the bear.
Yes.
That guy.
I didn't watch Muppets, I'm sorry.
Oh, you never? What about Muppet Babies?
No. I watched Sesame
You never
Street.
watched the Muppet Babies?
I watched
both growing up.
I've literally never seen anything Muppets except for clips from, like, the movies.
Have you never seen Muppet Pirate Island?
Treasure Island, no.
Treasure Island?
Are you okay?
Are you actually... Kitty, we have known each other for 6 years. Have we literally never fought on this hill?
I think I might have. I have a very clear recollection of the VHS case, so I feel like I either owned it or someone I knew owned Muppet Treasure Island, but I have no memory of seeing it.
We should watch it tonight. We should watch Muppet Treasure Island because it's funny. It's also a musical, and it has the Muppets in Treasure Island. Like it's not like oh we're traveling back in time. No, this is the era, and characters are just replaced with Muppets.
Fair.
That's it.
Like the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen clips of that, I think.
Yeah. Oh man. No. Like okay. Fun fact. Okay. Did you know? But yeah. By the way, we're 5 minutes in. There is zero American Horror Story in this episode.
We talked a little bit, but yeah.
Did you know that Sesame Street changes depending on what country you're on? Because in Mexico, Sesame Street, it has similar characters, but they have different names and different looks. Like the big bird character
Big Bird.
is actually all like multicolored. Yeah,
Fancy.
yeah, no, it's not just yellow. It's like yellow and green and like red and blue. Maybe there's no blue in there. Maybe I'm crazy, and I forget their names. And they all have like Spanish names.
Fair.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was a little weird growing up in Mexico watching Sesame Street in Spanish because you could tell the skits there were skits in Mexico because they also made like a its own.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact, it wasn't Sesame Street. It was called Plaza Sesamo. So it was like a
Sesame Plaza.
Yeah, a plaza instead of a street. Which I guess makes a little bit more sense for the Mexican
road.
Like, yeah, you know, like format, you know. And, like there were like skits that were like made by the Mexican Sesame Street group, and then the American skits that are like clearly dubbed over, and I'm like, yeah, that's a little silly, but
fair.
it's fine. Also, real talk, viewers in the comments down below, let me know. Muppet Babies, wasn't that the dopest shit? Wasn't that shit super dank and dope? And hella dope. Hey, teens.
I watched Baby Looney Tunes sometimes. Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons. That one was also good. They were around the same time.
Yeah.
It was that feeling of like when I was a babby, I watched these things. And now they're babbies. But I'm not a babby anymore. You know? It was a nice juxtaposition. You know, you get to see like the teenage version of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
But nobody wanted it to do the other way. Like when Rugrats aged up, nobody liked that shit.
People like that.
Not a
like that was after my time. But I thought it was kind of cool, actually.
It was cool, but then everyone who watched it was like, I just want to watch the old Rugrats.
I guess that's kind of fair.
See, it only works in reverse. You gotta make your story about adults and then make them babies later, and then it'll work. But if you make your story about babies and make them adults later, that series ain't gonna work.
So you're saying that we should go to FX and pitch the baby adventures of Kit, the possible serial killer. I mean Tate, excuse me.
Spoiler alert, he's not, so it's okay.
What? What?
He was abducted by aliens.
I can't believe that is actually what happened.
That's what happened.
That's so stupid.
We'll talk about that. That's in the 5th episode.
So, hey there, everybody.
Welcome back to Us Suffering.
So the happiness is over, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope hold on dearly to the image of Muppet Babies, because
or Tiny Toons.
We are going
or
into...
Rugrats. You're poison of choice.
We watched 3 fucking episodes of American Horror Story Asylum, and we have a lot to report on.
Mostly it bad.
Oh yeah,
real bad.
Okay, real talk though. Like, has our despise for this escalated? I feel like it has. Okay. Or rather, our faith in the writing for this has like decreased.
The 3rd episode. It was the 3rd episode, not the 3rd episode of this, but the 3rd episode.
That was
the one. No.
The 5th episode in the series.
No. I mean, which one was the one that made me like... No, it was the 3rd episode of the series made me horribly uncomfortable for the first time.
Yeah.
For the first time in this lifespan.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't look at the screen. I don't even want to hear anything.
Yeah, no.
This is horrible. This is actually triggering.
And we're not talking about like, oh, that made me feel uncomfortable in the way that movies and books and stories are supposed to make you uncomfortable.
The good, it's not the good uncomfortable. It's the I feel sick. I feel gross.
Yeah.
It's the closest I think I've come to being triggered.
Yeah,
because it was disgusting.
Yeah. And it's also the feeling of like, I feel like I need to watch something else to get this taste out of my mouth.
Watch anything else.
Didn't we ate ice cream, didn't we? We ate ice cream like literally like right after because we're just like, this is bad.
This is horrible.
So let's just dive right in. The 3rd episode is called
Nor'easter,
and it's about a storm that is coming. And a movie that gets played.
Yep.
And it involves such things as the Mexican.
Ew.
Yeah, you know, I just love, like, don't even give her a name.
No.
She's just the Mexican.
She dies, so...
Yeah.
She was, and has always been, the Mexican.
There is a person of color that's in the asylum, which is a fucking surprise, because I don't think they would admit a person of color, let's be entirely honest here.
Fair.
Yeah, well, really? Because, like, you're putting people here on your money. And I'm like, I don't think so. But okay, it's fine. We'll have a person of color
fine.
die.
Whatever.
And they never refer to her by a name. They just call her,
she is the Mexican.
The Mexican.
And I forgot to bring this up in the notes, but they also get rid of the disabled character in this episode.
Oh yeah, they also do. Yeah.
Because she just disappears.
Do you think she'll come back? Or do you think she's just dead?
I have no idea.
How much do you think it was like, wow, everyone reacted super badly to this? Just, like, move the character away.
I mean, that's fair, but...
So you're saying you would have preferred that she got run over by a car, like in season 1?
I mean, at least they gave her a death.
Yeah,
in this
that's fair.
murder mystery shit.
Yeah, no, she'll come back.
The disabled actress just walked off set.
Okay, in a good writing, she would come back, but she probably won't.
Yeah, she literally just walked off set and she was like, fuck this.
Okay, so we need to talk about a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
We took notes, thankfully.
Yeah,
the one thing I have to say, you know how I mentioned in the previous episode of the SUFFERCAST that they would never reference the bakery because it's stupid to have a bakery in an asylum because then that just brings up a bunch of questions. Now, in perfect bad writing fashion, we see the bakery.
And we see the inmates or the patients working in the bakery. And
now we have so many more fucking questions. The inmates are baking?
Do they get paid?
No, I don't think so. Also, how do people feel about, my loaf of bread was made by the bloody face killer?
Yeah.
Or by that guy, the constant masturbator, or
the chronic masturbator.
The chronic masturbator. Like, no!
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the FDA was already around by this time, or some sort of legal figure that would be like, you have to, like, pay people?
And sanitize the work area?
And make sure that people wash their fucking hands. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit early in the timeline. But even then...
No,
like still. Okay, real talk. How does this bakery get big when it's like, oh, it came from this asylum? Do we just assume the patients are making it? Like in a different story, it could be like, oh, it's part of the rehabilitation process. But as a doctor, Thredson?
The psychiatrist or
the psychiatrist.
Okay, that's Thredson.
Or is that Oliver?
No.
Scroll up, Kitty. Scroll up. Let's look at the characters' names.
Oliver Thredson, which is this guy. Who played the gay guy.
Yeah, okay, so
and the other one is Arthur Arden. Dr. Thredson.
So Dr. Thredson is like, there's no therapy here. Unless it's just bad writing once again. But this again, as always, brings up way more problems.
Yeah.
Because now you have actual patients making bread. And
we have to sell to regular people.
Also, who's teaching them? Who's supervising them? This is a kitchen with utensils and knives.
I think
and
there
tools.
is a guard. I think at one shot you can see a guard in the background, but still.
But what about what about when they fuck in there and nobody does anything though?
They were working extra though.
Why? It's an asylum. Aren't there hours? And it's like, hours are over. Go back in there. And weren't those two in solitary previously?
No.
Or were they?
That caused them to be in solitary.
It's dumb. And as always, more plot holes than before. You know what would have made more sense? There is no fucking bakery. Yeah. It's just a fucking asylum.
Yeah.
Oh god. Also, I believe this is also the episode in which Sister Mary
Eunice.
Yeah, Sister Mary
is fully possessed by the devil.
Yeah, and she hits on she kills the Mexican.
She kills the Mexican.
And then she
tries to seduce Dr. Arden.
Yeah, to which he's all like, whore.
And then he goes a little crazy.
He goes a little crazy.
He puts during the middle of the storm because dramatic.
Yeah.
He puts lipstick on
the statue of the Virgin Mary,
and then pushes it over, yelling "whore."
Also, just to be clear, he put lipstick on her lips, on her cheeks, and on her nipples.
Yes, where her nipples
would have been, and then also. Yes, he breaks that statue, and we never talk about it.
Nobody ever
again.
Asks, "What the fuck happened to the statue?"
There's episode 3. And we watched through episode 6. The statue's no longer there.
Through episode 5.
Through episode 5, so thank you. And the statue's not there anymore.
They just don't talk
But no one's talking about it. So we have that. He just freaks out and says a bunch of, stupid shit. Calls her a whore a bunch of times.
Oh, and,
whatever.
And that, that leads into quotation fingers. I'm not going to talk about this fully until we get towards the end, but oh my god, they have a name. Sorry, reading the wiki is stupid.
Have a name for what?
For
you want to just tell them because
hold on. Let me try to analyze his character kind of, because I think what they were trying to do is he calls the virgin a whore, and then he goes, pushes the Virgin Mary, but then he actually sees a whore, an actual. I mean, that's rude, but she's the sex crazed
person perceived as a whore,
and then does bad stuff to her.
Yeah,
so I think that's what they were trying to do. It's still horrible.
Yeah, no one's. Oh yeah, it's not only conceptually horrible, in application is also horrible, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So, do we also talk about? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sister Mary is like she's trying to do a bunch of things. She also gets Sister Jude. Or Mother Jude? Is it mother or sister?
Sister.
Sister Jude drunk?
Yeah, she tempts her by putting sacramental wine, and then just leaves it, and then Jude, and then Jude has like a psychotic breakdown ? Maybe. Because she keeps hearing and seeing the girl that she killed.
Yeah.
Like the girl that she killed calls her somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Sister Mary Eunice as the devil doing that, or if that's just in her brain.
All right, now.
And she gets hella drunk, makes a fool of herself, and nobody gives a shit.
Because there's a storm, right? Mm-hmm. And people are going to be all like...
all freaked out.
Yeah, freaked out. So she's going to play a movie. She's going to get a movie, and she gets like a really creepy movie.
Really stupid.
Yeah, that one movie where all the Christians get eaten, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be symbolic, guys, it's fine.
Yeah.
And during this time, we have Grace, Tate, and...
Lana.
And Lana.
The journalist.
Yeah, planning their escape to get out through the tunnel that they saw.
Yeah.
And they attempt this. And when they make... along with the help of... what the fuck is her name?
Shelley.
Shelley, which is the person perceived as a whore.
The person who likes to have sex a lot.
She likes to have lots of sex. And they all like try to escape together. And of course, you know that something bad's going to happen to somebody when in the midst of escaping.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, I'll distract them. Wait for me.
Yeah, so you know she's might as well be dead, and then the rest of Scooby Tate and the gang walk outside and
they run through the tunnel.
Yeah, they're outside and they're like, we're in the wilderness,
and
then fucking zombies show up.
Well, we talked a little bit about this because you in episode 2, I think you see Sister Mary Eunice and God damn it. Where are you, Kit Kat? Says Ari. That's fair. So in episode 2, Dr. Arden takes Sister Mary Eunice to feed to kind of like shows her how to feed the things in the wild.
Yeah.
In outside. And we don't know what that is, but they're very hungry and they eat meat.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, she also fed them the Mexican, I believe.
Yes.
And they're fucking zombies. They're just zombies. They're just zombies.
Although, according to the Wikipedia, they're called raspers.
Yeah, I know, that's stupid. Yeah. That's dumb.
It's fucking atrocious.
Cannibalistic raspers. You know what? I understand. I would understand if like the whole premise of this show is that it's gathering all of these pulpy ideas, you know, like the actual magazine pulps, you know, like freaking like science, like science fiction and fantasy and like that kind of era, like Doctor Strange era of things.
Yeah.
And it was trying to make a story all about them. It's not presented like that, and it sure the fuck isn't written like one. It doesn't feel like an homage to all of these things. The same way that I get okay, I'm bringing like a super high high concept example, but like the same way that Watchmen is supposed to be an homage to like the golden era of comic books and doing a twist on those. Like it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like someone was like, okay, well, it's the 60s, fucking there's zombies and there's like
and aliens.
And aliens and of course the devil, because why the fuck not? And it just feels so random. But I'm sure we'll never find out how they're made, and they never do anything, just the way that Thaddeus did nothing in season 1.
I mean, we kind of find out how they're made, but not like specifically, just that Dr. Arden made them.
But
by experimenting.
How? What? Oh fuck! I just remember the next fucking episode. It's bad. But so in the midst of this cliche storm,
Literally
cliche storm. So yeah, the Scooby Gang returns inside and.
Run the fuck back in.
Yeah, and Shelley, of course, gets caught by Dr. Arden, who, of course, starts having a bit of a, he seems to not like girls who like sex, so he kind of like attempts to basically rape her.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and in the midst of attempting...
No, he does rape her.
No. He attempts to, but then his pee-pee don't work. And
he gets all down there and is. I mean, I was blocking my vision.
You don't see anything, and it's just his
you
tidy
don't see
whities
anything,
and her tidy whities.
But it looked like he was trying to.
He was trying, but she was still wearing underwear, and his pee-pee no work, you guys.
So she laughed at him. And then he knocked
she
him
makes
out.
fun of him a little bit, and that's enough reason for him to like, okay, well,
fuck you.
Yeah, well, fuck you. She wakes up,
strapped to a lab table, basically.
And the funny thing here is that you assume that he's about to do things to her, but no, he has already done things to her.
No, oh no, we don't see anything.
No, we don't
just see
it.
the rape, attempted rape.
Yeah. So, he cut off her legs at the knee.
Yeah.
Up above the knee, so that she wouldn't get away. And he could do whatever he wanted to her. Now, the implication here would be the letter R word, but it appears that additional to that, he also had plans to turn her into fucking zombie.
Yeah, which
we'll see more of that
in episode 4 and 5.
Yeah, and the reality of showing her with her like legs gone, like that's like that was the part where Kitty's like covering her eyes, and listen, like. Someone had to watch it, and I was watching it, and I was feeling uncomfortable because it's bordering on like torture porn stuff, like.
No, I saw like a glimpse, and I was like, that is like what you would see in a torture porn horror.
Yeah.
Like, her bloody stump stapled together, the skin like stapled.
Yeah. And then like super like dark stitches.
Yeah, and then she starts
like
screaming
reddened skin.
And I'm just like, all right, well, great.
Yeah.
You've
this is a nice. This is so nice.
Literally disgusted
me.
Me.
Yeah, and also like I love the fact that it's done on a tertiary character, so you like
so nothing matters.
She's the perfect tool to just like gross the viewer out. It's like because it doesn't matter what happens to her.
I mean, saying that. They really do something to one of our main characters at the end of episode 5.
Oh yeah.
Which is
no,
kind of
wait,
surprising.
no. If you're talking about Grace, no, she's a
no,
character.
not Grace. Although she's kind of trying to get up there. I'm talking about Lana.
Okay, we'll get to Lana in a moment.
Like Jesus fuck.
But the episode ends, of course, with the Scooby Gang returns. Lol, nothing mattered. They didn't escape. Everything's fine.
They snuck back into the movie like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So Sister Jude assumes that it was the Mexican.
Yeah, and the pinhead.
The pinhead and the slut.
And the slut.
I think those are her words. That those were the 3 that escaped.
Yeah. So movie night's over, and the episode pretty much comes to a close once you learn that what happened to Shelley.
Yeah, I think it ends with her like screaming.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So that's a great way to end, and to lead into episode 4, which is titled
I Am Anne Frank. Part 1.
Now,
I kind of want to ask Ari how she would feel about this kind of horrible... Because she's the only Jewish person I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask her, be like, is this really bad or is this really bad?
Yeah. So, Anne fucking Frank shows up in this show, you guys, and they try to explain it relatively quickly. We'll walk through this because I think it's like it's a mishmash of bad writing, and you can tell that someone else wrote this fucking episode. Yeah, and you can tell right there, Michael Upenda.
No, that's the director. This is
Jessica Scharsser,
and then Brad Fulchuk.
And someone else wrote the second part. So you can pretty much, and that actually makes sense considering the plot hole that arises. But you know what? It's fine because we don't fucking establish our like writing plot twists here or anything. Now, we're introduced to this woman that apparently was dropped off at the entrance to the asylum.
And the police just dropped her off.
Yeah, the police just dropped her off because the police just do that. and that's fine. No paperwork, no trails, it's fine. A security guard says that's what happens in the police, and that's fine.
And that just writes it off. So.
And that just writes itself, I guess. And this woman claims to be Anne Frank.
She
The Anne Frank from the Diary, of a Young Girl. I think that's the actual name of the book.
That's fair.
And she explains relatively quickly that, like, oh no, yeah, she actually did survive, and she never contacted her family because she was afraid of what.
No, it was because she was doing more good as a dead martyr child than alive.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting concept. Can we not?
No, see, it's an interesting concept.
Can we not do it with Anne Frank, please?
I mean, I think a story could tackle that. I think someone could do that. It's not American Horror Story because get ready, because this is pretty much the highest point on the roller coaster. It's down from here.
Yeah.
It's down from here on this particular episode.
Let's not even begin let's begin by saying that this Anne Frank two-parter is really just to reveal that Dr. Arden was a Nazi.
Oh yeah.
This entire two-parter is building up to that.
The whole point of this is to let everyone know that, by the way,
by the way, we now have Nazis.
Yeah, but so if you were keeping track on your bingo card,
Zombies,
Nazi doctors,
Nazis,
aliens, and the devil. So yeah,
and serial killers.
Someone out there is getting there real quick.
Getting bingo almost.
So yes, this is leading there, but we'll get there. Now, Kitty, I wrote a note called "Murder Baby." What was that about? I don't remember the murder baby part.
Murder baby.
Was it about giving someone a murder baby?
Oh, I remember. It's when Sister Jude catches Tate and Grace.
Oh yeah!
Fucking, she's like, I'm not gonna let you make a murder baby.
That's right. Oh.
So she's going to sterilize them.
So yeah, as we mentioned previously, in the baking room, because apparently you can work over hours on the baking room.
They make you work over hours.
Yeah. I mean, that's so stupid. It's so actually. It's not like a prison. Because okay. Welcome back to Max Actually Explains How Fucking Prisons Works. Okay, so. The way that prison works, by the way, is that prison is not forced manual labor because they can't do that. That's slavery. You can't do that.
I mean, in American
in some instances, but not in most prisons. You can't do that. So the way that it works is that most prisons have work areas, places where you go and you work, and they pay you the shittiest fucking salary ever. Yeah. And then
so it's basically slave labor, but they're paying.
But we're talking about like $1.50 an hour.
So
and to balance that, most prisons have like a shop, and they super balance that by having things like, you want to send a letter to your family, well, you have to pay for postage. And by the way, posts at our shop cost $3 each. So you have things where like, well, food is fucking bland as fuck. If I want to buy a tiny ass bottle of hot sauce, how many days do I have to work for that? 4 or 5 days? Yeah, prison fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Although that's mostly really on the fault of the privately owned
and operated prison systems in America.
Yeah. So there we go. So welcome back to the downer part of this episode. It's okay. We'll get back to the nonsense stuff in a second.
We'll get back to the suffer.
Talking about bullshit. You know who shows up in this episode?
I've forgotten.
Hitchcock from Brooklyn Nine-Nine!
Right. Bless this man for being in a very serious, a quote-unquote, very serious role and completely ruining the mood.
You couldn't see him. Kitty was holding quotation fingers. Because we have this serious scene where
Dr. Arden,
a detective and Hitchcock from Brooklyn Nine-Nine show up and talk to Dr. Arden because he's being accused of being a Nazi. And it's Hitchcock from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same, but like a little bit of older coat, basically.
Yeah, so let me tell you, there's no way we're taking that scene seriously.
Bless
when
him.
It's Hitchcock talking with the same mannerisms as Hitchcock.
Just not as like dumb sounding, of course. But
I mean, he sounds gullible. He doesn't sound like a hardened detective. He sounds like Hitchcock.
That's fair.
So and if you want to look up what he looks like, or even better, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Please,
that's a way better show than this.
That would not be a SUFFERCAST. That would be a happy cast.
That would be a joy cast.
Joycast.
So yeah, he shows up. And the whole mood is ruined.
The whole mood is ruined. Entire scene. Bless him.
All of it is ruined.
Bless him. Well, it ruins what the creators are trying to go for. We were very entertained by it.
Yeah. So, while we're on the subject of the Dr. Nazi, let's talk about retconning live. So, a previous episode... Actually, no, never mind. The reason why Hitchcock and the other detective are there is because of the prostitute
from
that
episode
he's scared off.
Yeah.
And of course he's like, oh, can you trust those broads, whatever. But the thing that is brought up is that the prostitute was talking about how when she was looking through his stuff,
Which
she found,
we saw,
which
by the
we
way.
saw. Okay, keep in mind, we saw this. There's pictures of women tied up.
In compromising positions.
Yeah, and then there's like pictures of women actually like hurt or something.
Yeah, or like bloody or something.
Yeah, and that's where that scene ended on episode
Or that's
2.
that's where the guy
Yeah,
knocked on the door.
he knocks on the door and he comes in.
Yeah.
This episode retcons that. By the way, in case you don't know what retconning means, it's a thing that originated from comic books that stands from retroactive continuity. It's when you basically change what happened in the past so that the present makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what else she found? She found
Nazi memorabilia.
yeah, Nazi buttons and or rather
Pins.
medals and
Yeah.
pins. And like, let me tell you something right now. That is fucking sin. You don't lie to the viewer. You don't lie to the reader. That is bad writing. That is someone realizing, oh fuck, we should have introduced this earlier.
Whoops,
Fuck it.
whatever.
Like, lol, that didn't happen. That didn't happen, you guys.
I don't even think I don't really remember to give fairness to this stupid goddamn show, but I don't even remember her being like, oh, there's more under these photographs.
No. It's totally it's retconning. Because as you mentioned, he knocks on the door the instant she's looking through those.
Yeah.
So there was no time for her to look at the Nazi memorabilia, which was at the bottom of all those photos.
I mean, I think she tries to put it all back in, but that's the only time she could have seen it.
But hey, you know what? Had you told the reader that, you would have benefited even better. Because the viewer would have been like, oh,
That's
wait,
weird.
Why does he have a Nazi pin?
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already fucked up, but okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have that.
Yeah.
And as Kitty mentioned, because Tate and Grace got caught fucking, they're going to sterilize both of them.
Yep.
What? She has no authority to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this show is fucking awful and bad.
Even Dr. Thredson, who we later learn is a fucking asshole. We'll talk about him in the
fine.
next episode.
But
even he's like, you can't do that. You don't have the authority to do
Yeah.
that.
And then he turns around and goes, okay, Lena, it's time for you for us to give you gay therapy. So, Thredson is trying to be like, yo, Lena, if you want to get out of here, you have to, like...
Act straight.
Act straight, and I can help you. I can help you so you can get out with me.
Mm-hmm. We won't do any of this old-fashioned electroshock therapy.
No.
It's time for
more civilized
conversion therapy.
Yeah, which is literally filling her up with vomit fluid and having her look at women pictures
And trying to associate that reaction with that sensation.
So, as predicted, here we are at erasing the fact that you're gay and force you into uncomfortable situations such as touch this man's penis and touch yourself at the same time.
And try to associate pleasure with the man's penis.
Yeah. So, also, I love that you pointed out. It's like, oh man, I love that there's this random beautiful man.
Yeah, in the asylum with
asylum.
a nice butt and nice hair and is buff and shit.
Yeah.
And where, and he says he's a patient, so we can't even say that. Oh, he came from the outside. No, he's a patient.
So
where did this beautiful
man
come
from? Where has he been
from?
the whole time?
Don't worry, he's gone.
Who fucking cares?
He's gone now.
Yeah.
He doesn't exist anymore.
So aside from this, and by the way, she struggles with this situation.
And then he's like, oh, I see this isn't gonna work.
Also, by the way, just to be really clear right now, like this whole plot falls apart if she's bi.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like this whole idea is just, it's so silly, but it's fine. You know what else we get in this episode? We get Grace's backstory.
Oh fuck yeah, I forgot.
We get all of it. We get all of it.
We get the twist later.
We get the fake story in which she tells Tate that
she tells Tate that
she lived in a farm
with her stepfather and mother.
No. Yes. No, it was his father and stepmother, I think.
I thought
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really
mom,
matter.
dad, and sister. And one night she wakes up
and she hears.
And also she implies that her dad was a. No, that's later.
No, that's later.
And she wakes up and oh, a man is killing her dad.
Oh no! And so she runs
to the kitchen, and her mom is dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was only because she ran away, and everyone.
Yeah.
But she ran away and tried to tell the police, but the sister was like, no, we wanted to take over the farm. That was the guy who was helping me.
Yeah.
And you're the crazy one. You murdered them.
So they pin it on her, and that's why she's in the asylum. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not bad. I swear.
I'm not crazy.
And then Sister Jude is like, yo, Tate, here's what really happened.
No, Sister Mary Eunice actually tells them.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because fuck if she cares, right?
Yeah, and she's like,
she's
yo, this is what really happened. And then, of course, we learned that, no, actually, Grace killed her dad, killed her mom. And,
it was her dad and her stepmother. And,
and then her sister found out.
Yeah, her stepsister found out.
And then we came back to where we began.
Except they have, because fuck everything, they have to throw in that she killed him because he was sexually abusing her.
Abusing her, yeah. So,
which is fun. Always fun.
We should really just make, like... Okay, for next season, we're going to make a bingo table.
Okay.
Actually, dear viewers out there...
We'll predict next season.
We should do... Okay, no, because the best friends do that, actually, for David Cage games. Yeah. They do, like, the sealed envelope, in which, like, they record an episode of them guessing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then, like, you don't play that until, like, the end of the season. Mm-hmm. So, we should do a closed envelope episode for season 3. I think we should do that. I think we should totally do that. Anyhow, another thing that we get in this episode is that amidst all of the nonsense with Lena, she's like starting to think about escaping, and she's considering things, and she's like writing the book in her head, or the book she wants to write. And we get introduced to great characters as the woman who bangs her head against the wall, and the chronic masturbator. And let me just tell you something right now. The instant you introduce him, you cannot not notice him in the background anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's been the whole time.
I feel like he's been in some shots.
But I don't think he's been masturbating the whole time.
Not the whole time. I feel like when she first entered the insane asylum for the common room for the first time, I think he was there, but that's the only time I can remember.
Yeah, so literally now, play the game, if we're even in the asylum anymore, but play the game of like, hey, whenever you see the chronic masturbator, just call him out. It's like, yeah!
There he is!
There he is!
Just
fapping away.
Yeah, fair.
You know what? You do you, buddy.
You do you. Whatever gets you through the day.
Now, amidst many other things in this episode, we also learned that the Padre is a fucking Nazi too.
Yeah.
Because he's totally okay with Dr. Arden.
Yeah, and he's totally like for it.
Yeah, and I think he's also...
I think he's like funding it too.
Yeah, he's also like, whatever experiments he's doing, he's down for them too.
Yeah.
So there's 2 Nazis in this story. If you were fucking expecting this in this fucking show, I sure wasn't. Now, do we get the conclusion of Anne Frank? I don't think we do. No, we don't get the husband showing up. That's the next part.
Yes, we do.
Do we get?
I was reading it, so yeah.
So in this episode as well, Anne Frank, she's like, I'm Anne Frank, and then we're like, and then everyone is like,
but lol,
are you really?
Kidding.
Lol, okay. Sister Jude
believes her.
Almost believes her a little because she's like, because she thinks that Dr. Arden is a Nazi.
Suspicious. So she's like, he's a Nazi. That proves my theory.
That proves my theory that he shouldn't be here. Now in this episode,
the next day, basically,
her husband shows up, and he's like, but by the way, of course, lol. Now she's just crazy. She's not Anne Frank.
She just cray.
That's a really quick turnaround on killing your plot.
That's fair. What was wrong is she had postpartum depression because while she was pregnant with her baby, she read the Diary of Anne Frank and became obsessed with it, basically.
So welcome back to American Horror Story. All women are good for, and all their lives revolve around, is babies.
Is making babies and making me happy.
Of course she would go crazy from having a baby. That's all women do.
Yeah.
Clearly.
All bad women do.
But Brian Murphy knows very well all bad women do is have babies and have sex.
Yeah.
Got that, Brian Murphy.
Have babies and not love them.
Yeah, no. How dare you not love your child?
He's your child.
He's your child. Oh my god. Anyhow.
Way to kill any intrigue, kind of.
Yeah, no, in the same episode.
In the exact
same episode, you would think that because there's a part 2, so you would think that maybe we'll do some misdirection, we'll work it out. You end with a reveal that maybe she's not Anne Frank. No, it's literally in the middle. It's like, oh no, she's not Anne Frank. Pff, lol.
No, the end of the episode twist, I guess, is Anne Frank takes the gun off of, I forget if it's the other detective or Hitchcock, but let's just say it's off of Hitchcock.
It's Hitchcock.
Okay. Because, of course, it's Hitchcock.
Yeah.
She takes the gun off of him and decides to take things to her own hands and corner Dr. Arden in his laboratory
and
with
shoots
the gun.
Him in the fucking leg.
Which is cool. No, but the ending craziness is she opens the door to try to leave, and that's where he'd been hiding Shelley, who was slowly turning into a zombie.
Yeah.
Still cut off at the legs.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you want some more body horror, there you go, because he focuses on her lack of legs.
And she's barely clothed. She's wearing one of those typical white bras just like a short tank top basically, and white tighty whitey shorts. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is funny that he would go through the trouble of actually giving her that. It's fine.
It's like the outfits from, and I hate to bring this up, but it's the thing that comes to my mind. It's the outfit from Human Centipede.
Oh.
It's like that exact outfit, right?
I didn't want to walk down this alley, but you pulled
I know.
You pulled me by the hand and you pulled me by the... What song am I... And it's fine.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, we forgot to mention this in the previous episode. We learned what happened to Adam Levine and his girlfriend.
Oh,
the episode starts with so Adam Levine is dead. And his girlfriend, who I now must assume is now either his wife in real life or B.
No. At the beginning of episode 3, he actually manages to kind of save her somehow, reanimates
just
something.
To be really clear, the killer stabbed him in the chest with a nice pick over and over and over.
His arm is gone. I'm sorry, Mike. His arm is gone.
Yeah.
But he managed to come alive long enough for her to grab the knife and kill Bloody Face Killer.
Yeah, so the woman, who now I must assume is either a personality, the wife of Adam Levine, or some sort of famous actress now, because it's clearly just a goddamn fucking cameo.
Yeah.
She kills the Bloody Face Killer.
And then
runs out.
She's trying to drag her husband and go out. He's like, come on, we're almost there. I'll get you. And he's calling 911. And then suddenly, around the corner, another Bloody Face Killer comes.
And then another one.
And then another one.
And they kill her, I assume.
And they shoot her.
Oh, yeah. They totally shoot her, and she's dead. And they shoot
Adam Levine, too.
Yeah, and then they take off their mask, and they reveal they're just a pair of
like dumb teenagers.
Yeah, dumb teenagers.
Took it too far.
Yeah, and then one of them is like freaking out because he killed someone, and he's getting that clear psychopathic high of like, oh damn, she's just dead.
But then they're also freaking out because it's like, wait, that guy's missing his arm. We didn't do that. We can't do that. Our other guy who was the Bloody Face Killer.
Yeah,
didn't do that.
Let me just tell you this right now, okay? This is like the stupidest thing because you're like, oh, that guy's Bloody Face. Except he's not. Except there's a Bloody Face here.
Except then Bloody Face Killer actually shows up.
It's this okay, real talk. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I almost wish that... I mean, there's a lot of things I wish for. I wish that wasn't around because the asylum goes to hell.
Yeah.
So there's no future in that plot line.
No.
Things are going to go to hell eventually.
I mean, the only thing it reveals is that Bloody Face Killer is still around.
But I feel
Maybe?
Maybe?
Because they were ghosts in the first season, so who knows what the fuck
Ghost
we're
Christmas. I think we're done with episode 4. You want to jump over to I Am Anne Frank?
Part 2.
Part 2.
So it begins with Sister Jude contacts a Nazi hunter to see if to try to build a case against Dr. Arden to see if he really is a Nazi.
Yeah, so she turns in the information. He's all like, also the camera tries to do this one shot. And
it just kind of like gets distracted halfway through, and it just cuts to random it doesn't cut. It just pans to random shit.
So do you guys ever watch Children of Men? Because that movie has like a one shot that lasts like 5 minutes through an action sequence, and it's pretty cool, and it was well done. Cool. But there were things to look at. This happens in a fucking like 7 by 7 feet by 7 feet fucking apartment.
Yeah.
And it's fucking tiny, and the camera is looking for things to focus on, and it keeps focusing on the book on the man's desk, which is a book on the Third Reich, or a book with the Iron Eagle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it does this constantly
to make you think it's important.
But then at the end, like once the conversation is over, it fully focuses on it as though like, we saw
a Nazi hunter.
Or like, we saw that book, man.
Yeah.
You've been showing it the whole time, and it focuses on it like it's supposed to be a reveal. Like, it's the Iron Eagle. I'm like, anyone can make that out, man.
Yep.
It sure wasn't the Cesar Chavez Black Eagle. Damn, man. I don't know. Don't worry though, this plot line goes fucking nowhere.
Yeah, literally at the end, Sister Jude's like, "Oh no, I must have made a mistake. Don't worry, don't stop your investigating because of course."
Sorry, I'm looking over my notes.
That's fair.
So let's just wrap up the Anne Frank thing first because it's the lamest thing in this whole episode,
and it's horrible too.
So the husband shows up, and we know that she's not Anne Frank, but she doesn't believe it. So he ends up taking her home.
Yeah, Sister Jude's like, I don't know, take her home, whatever, who cares? And everyone's like, she might be a danger to society. She tried to
danger
shoot
to her family too.
She tried to shoot Dr. Arden, and Jude was like, eh.
Yeah, because this is a very professional institution. So she comes back the next day, clearly. And the husband is like, she's really not good.
Extra crazy. She tried to kill our baby.
Yeah.
Like, no, can you take her back?
It's almost as though... anyone could have seen this coming, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Thretzen recommend.
It's Dr. Arden.
Dr. Arden, who, by the way, is totally not sore about having gotten shot in the leg.
Nah.
He's like, yeah, you know what? You know what we should do? We should do a lobotomy on her to fix her up good. And they do it.
And I looked away because
it wasn't as bad, but the fact that we now associate that operation table room with
horrible shit.
with leg stumps,
Yeah.
so we don't fucking look at that no more.
Well, and also you said it went through her eye, so
yeah, it went through her eye.
So no,
Actually, it did the thing where like the point of the chisel got really close, and then the camera cut away.
Still.
Okay, fun fact. I want to just talk about this. There is an old. What? Okay, this is gonna sound really condescending. We're recording a video right now. My mind is a little flooded.
Fair.
What's the name of the guy who did the melty clocks?
Oh, Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali. He has like a movie he made, right? Of a bunch of like weird imagery.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this famous fucking shot that I fucking adore. And like it's my favorite shot in the whole thing. I'm sorry that I forgot it was Salvador Dali. I apologize.
It's okay.
But it's this shot of like it shows a man and it shows a knife moving slowly towards his eye, and as the instant the knife is about to touch the eye, it cuts to a shot of someone opening an egg open with a knife, like a hard-boiled egg. So like the first time you watch it, you go, "What the fuck? The eye got cut." No, it wasn't. It was an egg. But that right there, it always stuck with me as like that's what it would look like though.
Yeah.
But he managed to show that without actually showing you that. And it's that thing where like your brain finishes the image. That's why not showing the monster is always better than showing the fucking monster. But it's fine. Whatever. Moving that aside. So yeah, they do the lobotomy on her.
And she turns out fine. She becomes a normal, perfect wife who's like trashing her Anne Frank room and is taking care of the baby and already has dinner made for her husband when he comes home. She becomes the perfect wife.
What every woman should be, according to Brian Murphy. It's fine. Ryan Murphy.
Although, okay, I want to talk about this because it's confusing. Even like thinking back on it, I'm like, what the fuck were they thinking? Why is whenever the husband talks about her back at their house, it cuts to like a really shitty video.
3x4 old school video.
Why does it do that? And it does that for a little bit during the finale, or does it do it for the full thing and then slowly goes and then for one scene goes back? I can't remember. It's one of the two.
It's inconsistent.
It is inconsistent, but no, there's like the point where she like looks at the wall and is like, you know, like remembering that she thought that she was Anne Frank.
I just felt like it was like
it was just so random.
It was super random, and
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It felt as though someone thought it would be cool, and then they did it without thinking about what it would mean. It's not like cinematography doesn't evoke feelings in the viewer or anything.
Made me
it's just supposed to look cool, you guys. Lens flares, you guys. Lens flares. So she's not Anne Frank.
No.
She was never Anne Frank.
No.
She was always crazy.
She just became
except
obsessed.
that the camera focuses on her research on Anne Frank, and there's a picture
at the very end.
At the very end, there's a picture of Hitler, and the camera zooms in,
and there, a picture of a bunch of Nazis.
Yeah, and a bunch of Nazis, and there in the background is Dr. Arden. Now, hold the fuck up right the fuck now. I'm pretty okay, because the one thing, and I mean, I can't blame you for not knowing. No, I can't blame you for not doing your fucking research. The whole reason, the whole thing that made the fall of the Third Reich such an interesting a historical thing is that they kept records of everything. That's the whole reason why a really big reporter wrote a whole book called The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and I've listened to it. And the amount of information, down to like everyone fucking kept diaries. So like the whole idea, and we're not talking about like we found them 30 years later. They had those in 1950, okay?
And we got them.
Yeah. And like people were looking over them and shit. The very fucking idea that Dr. Arden would be a member of the SS, a high-ranking member, who would be in a picture with fucking Hitler, and no one would know him.
Nope.
No one would be like. Also, he has no, and he should have like a Nazi tattoo on his on his body.
Arm. Yeah.
And like.
Well, I mean, now that we know the Padre's fucking in on it.
Yeah, but it's like,
but still.
But to me, it's just like. And that the episode ends with this sort of like, but he was a Nazi.
He was actually a Nazi.
How? If she was fucking not actually Anne Frank. How did she know? How did she construct these memories?
No, it's because that's on her wall. That's what, like, she connected it to that, I'm assuming. But she does have a memory. A memory.
He's holding quotation fingers.
Of Dr. Arden taking girls and then experimenting on them out, off screen, and then they're coming back being all fucked up.
Now,
and she has some kind of memory of that.
Now, even if she had just read things and registered them as her own memories, this is still a doctor that someone wrote about.
Yeah.
A doctor of who there are records of. And a bunch of those guys fled to, like, South America. I get that. Most of them got caught, though. So, I'm just kind of sitting here going, yeah, he's the one Nazi. A scientist Nazi who totally didn't get caught. And he's here.
And he's here in America,
And
too.
also, like, I just hate it because it fits neatly, and it doesn't feel neatly. It doesn't feel like, oh, yeah, this girl who is having identity issues and was imagining things guessed the right thing somehow. That's stupid. That's bad writing.
I'm also, while we're still on the subject, I'm also a little confused now that I'm thinking about it, because in the picture that she has and in her memory that she has, like, what year would you say it is? I'm bad at history, so, like, this is, like, during concentration camps. So
yeah.
About what year is that?
We'll be talking, like, 1942, 43?
And what year does this take place in?
1962.
How did he age that much in 20 years?
Yeah!
Because he is super young in Nazi Germany.
Yeah, he's super young, yeah.
And now he's, like, an old man.
Yeah, unless he was... No, because he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
So he 40 years old? I could maybe believe he was 40 years old in 1943,
but he looks like a baby.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
I think that's just bad casting.
Bad casting, too. But I mean, like...
Now that I'm just thinking about it, I'm like...
See, let me tell you something right now. Good writing doesn't make the audience wonder what the fuck you meant. Good writing is done in a way in which you go, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And I can follow from point A to B to C. Now, you usually don't have to give people A to B to C. You can give them C, then B, then A. If you had shown us the pins earlier, we could have made the connection that, yeah, he is a Nazi. It would still feel awful.
Yeah,
it would still feel stupid because...
He's a Nazi.
We get the reveal, yes. But we also get the reveal from someone who shouldn't have been able to get the reveal.
Yeah.
If she's not Anne Frank, unless maybe she was Anne Frank.
No, she can't be.
So enough with this fucking plot point. I'm done with this plot point. You want anything else to say?
About that? No.
Yeah, no? Good.
We should... Oh, no, wait, never mind. We should talk about, before we talk about the big twist in this episode...
we first have, like...
oh, shit, I fucking forgot that's in this episode.
Because of things that happened, Tate shows remorse or whatever. Who gives a fuck?
He wants to repent.
Yeah, so Sister Jude totally forgives him.
She's like, all right, you want to be
like,
in God's arms, so God will accept you or whatever.
So she's not gonna, like...
She won't sterilize him.
She won't, castrate him. Sterilize him. Mm-hmm. She is gonna sterilize Grace, though, because fuck Grace.
Because she's not showing signs of redemption.
So, clearly, if you like images of, women screaming for mercy, or, as you know that they're about to basically have their, someone do things to them, then there's more for you in this episode.
Fair.
Now, while she's under the knife...
No. It's after she's screaming. For a while, she's, like, in the solitary room. Suddenly a light starts shining from outside the door.
Yeah.
A very, very bright light. And you hear the sounds like you heard in the first episode, because guess what? The aliens are here.
Oh, also, we forgot to mention that in episode 3, during the storm, Sister Jude saw a monster.
Oh,
but we never talk about it ever again.
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
She sees a light, and then we have these giant, like, vision of, like, Alma, Tate's wife. And she's there's a bunch of, like, alien imagery.
And it's really hard to see because they're all, like, zoomed in and blurry.
It's
horrible.
And the implication, of course, is alien mystic preggers.
Because Alma is pregnant.
Yeah, so, clearly...
And then she tells Grace, tell Tate I'm alive.
Yeah. So once that concludes, we see Grace in the common room, and then, sitting on a chair.
And don't the aliens, like, cut her?
Yeah,
open?
they cut her stomach, which implies that they're making her pregnant. Yeah. They're inserting a life into her womb.
So we cut back to the common room later in that episode, and, like, there's
she's freaking the fuck out.
No, she's like sitting there like, what the fuck happened? And there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
There's blood everywhere.
And wasn't her tummy, like, bigger?
I don't remember, honestly.
I may be misremembering, but
I was looking at all the blood.
Yeah. So, alien mystic preggers. But you know what? Never mind that. We have, also, by the way, just to, be clear, doesn't Dr. Thressen convince, Tate to, admit to the murders, or to not admit to the murders?
No, because, he says,
yeah.
why don't you hear it, or why don't you say it, and then we'll play it back to you, and you can hear it in your own voice to see, like, if it brings back memories.
Yeah, so, but spoilers, he used that as a confession, and basically got Tate to
go to the electric chair.
Yeah, the electric chair. But that won't make sense until one more thing.
Until we get to Dr.
Before
Thredson,
we
but
get
let's
to
talk about...
No. One more thing.
I know, Jude.
Sister
Jude.
So, Sister Jude, because of her accusations to Dr. Arden.
And because she let...
she allowed a patient to
Frank
shoot someone.
And then let her free the next day.
Yeah. So basically,
so the Padre is like, no.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta go. So we get what has got to be the most random scene in this whole show, in which Sister Jude, being super sad TM, sits at the edge of her bed and just talks
to a guard, just a random guard.
And as I wrote in my notes, Jude's stupid story adventures, because she talks about a squirrel pet she had.
Yes, as
and
a
then
child.
about her mom, and then
and the cinematography. I mean, should we even call anything in this show cinematography? But the camera just like slowly zooms in throughout that entire talk.
Yeah.
Like very slowly is just getting closer and closer to her face, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's dumb. It's bad. It doesn't really bring anything to her character.
And once again, it's like, what does your fucking pet squirrel have to do with any of this? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually feel like they were just like, they turned the camera on and were like, yeah, just talk and talk and give us a good cry. She's really good at crying.
Yeah, she's really good at crying.
She's really good at crying, and like,
plus these actresses, like holy shit. They have to do so much shit, but they are good. Like, the actress for Sister Mary Eunice is really good.
Yeah.
Sister Jude's really good.
Yeah.
Lana's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like bless these actors. They're
all doing a good job.
They're great, but they're in shit.
These scripts are fucking shit. But you know what? So yeah, she ends up leaving, and she ends up banging a guy, and she's back on the streets.
Going back to her, like, her job before this, where she, like, sings and fucks men and steals money from them.
Yeah, so that's
fair.
That's it for Sister Jude.
Yeah, she's, like, written out. I'm sure she'll be back because she's a main character.
We'll talk in a minute about what we think is gonna happen next. Or we could just do sealed envelope at the end of every episode.
Fair.
Now
before, for the big thing.
No, one more. Remember, Shelley got released.
Right, I forgot about that.
Now
this is this is the other end to the episode? Question mark?
Now let me tell you something. Okay. No. This happens halfway through. Remember that it happened, and then we're like, and the episode's over, and it kept going.
Oh right, it just kept going.
Man, that episode felt like it was 2 hours long.
Yeah, it was.
Now, somehow Shelley got out. I forget how she got out.
Sister Mary Eunice dragged her out.
Yes, dragged her out. And now, the issue with your plot holes is that you don't double down on plot holes. Mm-hmm. You do not double down on plot holes, because that just breaks your story.
Yeah.
They double down on the zombies, and they release Shelley.
Somehow, Sister Mary Eunice gets Shelley to a
school, a children's school.
It's like suburban school. It's like in the middle of like suburbia.
Yeah. And some kids find her.
And a kid finds her, and then the entire class finds her.
Yeah.
And she's groaning like a zombie.
Yeah. And then that scene ends, and
they all run away, and that's it.
And I'm pretty sure, considering the quality of writing in this show, we're never gonna talk about this ever again.
I mean, it's never gonna be. How could it be linked to? I mean, I guess it could be linked to the
what?
mental asylum.
Are we talking about there's literally a zombie apocalypse in this world?
No,
I don't think so.
No, but I mean, like, they could reference it, but it's. I mean, like, Shelley's gone. That's it.
I mean, it would be good writing to do that, and it's the show, so.
Yeah.
Now, time for the big reveal, Kitty. Do you want to take it from the top, or should I?
I'll start. So, towards the end of the first part of Anne Frank, we see that Dr. Thredson, he doesn't think the aversion conversion therapy is working with Lana.
But he does want to help her get out.
He wants to help her, so he's like, okay, I'm leaving in a week. I'm taking you with me.
Yeah.
So, and he
oh, gee, what a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, what a nice guy. He's, like, one of the characters who you think is the straight man throughout this entire thing, because he's like, we can't do conversion shock therapy. Exorcisms aren't real. We have to do science. And he's like that. And he's like, I'm here by the court appointed, state in order to do my job.
He tries to help Tate until he backstabs him, but it's fine.
He's trying to do his job. He's like the straight. He is seen as the straight man in this show.
They even portray him as that, always wearing his suit, always having his glasses on, always looking like very like
posh
official
and together.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? Anyway,
so in this episode, they're like, okay, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we're just meet me here and then we'll go.
Yeah.
And you would think that, like, again, in good storytelling, characters never get the easy way out. They always have to struggle and suffer because easy ways out are lazy.
I mean,
they get the easy way out.
I mean, technically, Lana doesn't get the easy way out.
I mean, that's fair.
Yes.
But
a guard is, just doesn't notice Lana walk out.
They walk out. They just walk out. They walk out together.
She gets into the car. They're fine. A guard is like, wait, there's one more thing, Dr. Thredson. And he's like, nah, my job's here. My job's done. I gotta go.
I don't work here, lol.
I don't work here no more.
Also, I love the idea that she was in the common room and nobody fucking saw her leave. But you know what? It's fine. So, they get in the car and then they go to his place to, like, hide for a bit.
Until the next day when he's going to take her to the authorities.
The authorities.
Her job. Oh, no, because they're doing unlawful shit in the asylum. So
he wants to blow it open.
She's going to break the story.
Yeah.
She's going to... He even says, you're going to tell my story.
Yeah, which is totally not foreshadowing or anything. It's fine.
Not really.
Also, like, just to be clear, like, actually, we'll get there.
No. Let me just say one thing about how bad this show is. So I had forgotten that Lana's girlfriend had been taken by the bloody face killer.
Yeah.
Because it was such a quick scene, and it happened like in episode 2.
Yeah.
And they're finally bringing it back in episode 5.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we gotta go find her. Oh, I think in episode 4 he was like, oh, I'm sorry, your girlfriend's not there.
Yeah. Oh, he called and nobody.
He entered.
Yeah, he
knocked
entered the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. Whatever. Whatever.
Anyway, so she's like, oh, I want to go. Like, I want to contact my house. I want to see if she's there. I want to go. Like.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, don't do that. Wait till the morning and stuff.
Yeah. So just sit down and just chill
have
with
a drink.
And then we get 2 quick things happen. He turns on the light in his living room, and Kitty notices. I didn't notice this.
Oh, I've forgotten what it is.
But what is the thingy around the lamp?
Oh, lampshade.
The lampshade.
Oh, right.
Is
skin.
It has nipples on it.
It has a flat nipple.
And that's like a little click. And then after that, he's like, "You want a mint?" And then he pushes forward a bowl that is actually the top of a human skull. Mm-hmm. And at this point,
Lana is noticing something a little
notices,
odd.
and then she starts doing
like,
the whole yeah, can I go to the bathroom?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom now.
Truth be told, her reaction is actually pretty effective.
No, she's a good
Unfortunately,
actress.
we have this kind of like half-assed plot twist for reasons we'll explain in a second.
It feels so bad.
But Dr. Thredson is the bloody face killer.
So yeah, she runs and tries to find the restroom, and all the doors are locked because it's a murder house. Of course,
except for the door that leads to his workshop.
And like she opens the door and is like, oh, these tools and stuff, and like I'm like, but there's a skeleton that's like right there. Have you not seen that lady?
No, she's freaking out about the tools. There's
and
literally
there's some
like
skin
like drapes of human skin dangling from the ceiling.
I think she saw that, but she didn't see the skeleton in the corner.
Yeah,
I'm like, lady.
So of course,
like,
Thredson is like,
I make furniture.
And then she's like,
out of what?
Kind of furniture? It's like mostly lampshades. Out of what? It's like human skin. Lol.
And then
because you got one of these. Because
a trapdoor in the 60s makes total sense.
Yeah.
He opens a trapdoor and drops her into the fucking dungeons of hell.
And by the way, just to be clear, it sounds like she drops like 20 feet.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's just the basement.
She's fine, yeah. There's no bruises on her.
Yeah, and she didn't like break her legs or anything.
No.
And later on, because there's like,
there's like a couple.
Here's a twist, and then the show keeps going, of course, because he doesn't know what pacing is.
Doesn't know how to end.
And she's like in this like white room that looks like it's out of Dexter, but whatever, it's fine.
And it looks way too modern for being.
It looks way too
60s.
modern. It looks way too modern. Like it looks like what someone now would make as a kill room.
It looks like, I'm gonna be vague on this, but we'll get it. It looks like the dark room.
It looks like the dark room from Life is Strange.
Yeah.
It looks like the dark room.
Yeah.
And like in the 60s, no, it wouldn't fucking look like that, but whatever, it's fine.
He's a doctor.
And then he's like, yeah, I did it, but don't worry, it's okay. We'll keep working on your treatment because there on the fucking floor is her girlfriend's frozen body.
Yeah. defrosting body.
Defrosting body.
And she's like trying to like pull. He's just like trying to look at her, and they don't show her face.
No.
No,
I mean she has like frosty bits. I thought it was mold.
You see the top of her face, but you don't see like her full face because we have to get the reveal that as he's like, oh, don't worry, we'll practice your therapy, and he puts on the bloody face mask, and then he goes, these are your girlfriend's teeth.
And then the episode finally.
And then she's
ends.
Screaming, and he's gonna like kiss her with the teeth.
So fuck you, Lena.
Yeah, no, Lena's dead.
No, she's not dead.
She's not dead.
We're gonna
we
torture
need her to write his story.
Yeah, and then he'll keep doing more
because
like gay therapy bullshit.
Fuck, man.
So literally, fuck you, Lena.
Yeah.
And that's it for my notes. But we can actually start handling things such as, hey, can you tell we were both able to sense the point in which the story was like, oh fuck, we need someone to be the bloody face killer. Who is it?
Because it's not Tate, I guess.
What if it was him?
What if it was the straight guy all along?
And it's literally this episode when they're like, oh, he's got all the tools. Let's just have him do it. Yeah.
Well, I think they might have done it in the 4th episode, but yeah, no, in the 5th episode, he's like, oh shit, right, bloody face, right, it's this guy.
Also like.
Can't be Dr. Arden, it's this guy.
Also,
can't be Tate, it's this guy.
Yeah. Also, like it.
And of course,
it
doesn't
make sense because weren't the women that died from Tate's area and Tate's like hours away?
Not hours away, but he is.
But he is like a psychiatrist in that area of, was it Chicago, Boston? I don't know.
Somewhere on the East
Maryland.
Coast.
Somewhere in the East Coast, you guys. Kitty, you're holding your head with your hands.
Now that I'm like thinking that he's the killer, I'm like, okay, so whose balls did he have to suck to like become Tate's psychiatrist and then put it all on Tate at this point?
Gee, it's almost as though it's too convenient, and the instant you start to think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Kitty, but isn't it ironic though that the psychiatrist is a psychopath? Lol.
No, it's stupid.
Lamau.
It's stupid.
Lamau. Ruffle.
No.
Ja. The writing in the show
is bad.
Like,
it's horrible.
It's
disgusting.
It's really bad.
It's so reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, you're right. Like, this show, like other things, doesn't really seem to understand how to set up plot twists, how to introduce elements to bring up later.
No.
Because, like, I'm gonna be real with you right now, okay? I'm pretty sure someone out there can write a list of why every character in the show could have been the bloody face killer.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason why he has to be it. It's just convenient for him to be the bloody face killer right now.
Yeah.
And that, again, brings up a bunch of points. Did he kill Alma?
No, because she was actually abducted by aliens.
But her body, though.
No, they never found her body.
No. Yeah. They found her body missing skin on her head. That's the whole reason why they pinned it on Tate.
No, I thought that she had gone missing.
Maybe I feel like.
No, I mean, I don't think it's going to be in this wiki, but
you know, it's fine because there could be spoilers in there. It's fine.
I know. I'm scrolling up, not down.
I was under the impression.
No, I thought that protesters. No, I thought that like she had just disappeared, and they had pinned the other ones on him because they were also colored girls.
But I don't know. That like I feel like if her body hadn't been found, then there is no way to pin it on him. I mean, once again, here we are at asking questions about the story because the story itself doesn't explain itself effectively.
I mean, for one thing, I can't remember, to be fair, but like...
I mean, you know, I can't remember either.
Yeah.
You know? But we still, I mean, a bunch of issues here. Mm-hmm. Forget the Anne Frank thing making no fucking sense and still being the right answer. Oh, by the way, in this episode, by the way, as well, Sister Jude calls the Nazi hunter and tells him to just stop doing his work.
Yeah.
Which, of course, leads to her not finding out.
No, it tells them to stop investigating.
I just
because she's like leaving that day. So
yeah,
she calls them before she makes the squirrel story.
Yeah, Jude's magical stupid story adventures. Here we go. So I had a squirrel once. Oh man, it was such a good squirrel. It was the best squirrel, you guys. And now we are at a particularly strange stand where half of our main cast is no longer in the place where the story is happening. Lena Lena and Dr. Thredson are no longer in the asylum.
No.
And they're not going back.
And Jude's not in the asylum.
Jude's no longer in there. Shelley was a tertiary character.
Yeah.
As is Grace. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
The only last main character is... I mean, is he really a main character?
Tate?
Tate, yeah.
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be, but he has done nothing.
He really hasn't.
So, like, he's the only one left in the asylum.
And Dr. Arden. And Sister Mary Eunice.
And Sister Mary Eunice.
So there's 3 out of our, like, 6...
Half of the cast is somewhere else other
than the titular asylum.
Yeah. And that's not very effective. It would be worse if everyone was out.
Yeah.
Because in which case there's no longer any, like,
any
overall
pretense
theme
of asylum. I mean, like I'm pretty sure Tate's leaving the asylum because they came and arrested him. So I think Tate's gone anyway.
Actually, yeah, I think he's actually
gone. So it's just
too.
Dr. Arden and Sister Mary Eunice.
Now, there's a bunch of things here. Now, how many plot threads do we have? We have the mysterious monster in the asylum that shows up in one episode. We have Dr. Arden.
Unless that was just the devil and or Jude being crazy.
In my memory, it looks like a fucking cave troll. So I think it's just a like.
No, it was crazy, but I'm.
Let's say we don't know its connections. We have the monster and the cave trolls in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
We have Dr. Arden and his zombies, and the Nazi zombies. We have Sister Mary Eunice, the actual devil,
possessed by the actual devil.
Possessed by the actual devil. We have Grace and the magical alien priggers.
Tate now being hauled away to
his execution.
To his execution because he confessed.
We have Lena and the bloody face killer, which by the way is still a terrible fucking name for someone who wears a mask made of skin.
Because they couldn't call him Leatherface.
Or skin face sounds kind of stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I that would be funny if someone was like, your name is kind of dumb. Like the bloody face killer.
And then he kills them, but
yeah,
whatever.
but it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's 6 plot threads, which by the way do not intertwine. I mean, you could say that like Tate things can intertwine with Grace thing, but
no. Well, okay, yes, because Alma.
Because aliens, but like all these plot lines are almost individual, which almost makes you wonder as though this show is written by several people that are not working together.
Oh wait, you mean American television?
Yeah, you mean I'm this fucking show.
This type of show.
Yeah, this type of show.
Also, well, I'll talk about this in a sec, but yeah, no, the fact that like nothing connects anymore. Like, nothing connected originally, but, like, at least they were all in the asylum. They all had to be housed in together and around actually mentally unstable people, unfortunately. Because at least that was, like, a tying thing between all the characters.
Yeah.
And now, half of them are gone.
Yeah.
From the actual asylum.
Yep.
So these plot threads are now, like converging out. These literal threads of string that are keeping this plot together are now, like, separated from each other.
So I don't want to do this comparison, but I'm going to make this comparison.
Do it.
If anyone out there has ever been a dungeon master for, like, Dungeons and Dragons or another kind of role-playing game, your job as a dungeon master is to make sure that everyone's stories get intertwined. So, like, someone shows up one day and goes, yeah, no, I'm a wizard with this background, and I'm a warrior from this background, and usually, these characters don't share a fucking background story. They're usually just random people who meet up in a tavern in the most cliche way ever. But that usually happens. It is the job of the dungeon master,
to
wink wink, showrunner, to tie all these things together so that it is so it
doesn't feel like a jumbled pile of shit.
Or it doesn't feel like 5 independent stories that are happening on the same 45-minute span.
Yeah.
Because at that point you end up having the whole issue of Spotlight, but whatever. People who don't get enough screen time and you forget storylines. But
Game of Thrones.
And we end up at this particular problem. Sorry, you brought up Game of Thrones, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a pretty good parallel to this. I'm losing steam.
I'm losing steam. Done.
What I'm trying to say is that a good game master intertwines these stories. It gives these different characters a reason to be together. And if I have to pimp out Dungeon World, that's why I like Dungeon World. It gives players a reason to be together in this party. And right now, this story, for all the garbage we gave, it's not garbage. For all the criticism we gave to American Horror Story Season 1, at least there was only one plot thread: the fucking house.
Yeah, and what was happening in the house and around the house.
In the house. And even then, like, the things with Tate, the things with the daughter.
Those are intertwined.
What was her name? J something? Jasmine?
No. I forget.
Yeah, the things with her, the
dad, the mother.
even the dad's plot thread with the
crazy
ex-girlfriend. Those were all bound to the house and
Constance,
the baby.
yeah.
Even Constance. So at the core of it all, every time an episode happened, we got to know about the core of it, the fucking house,
the crazy ass house, and the shit that went down there.
Which
is why I was kind of, even though they were all horrible, which is why it was like, it was okay that the beginning of the first half of the season, the beginning parts of the episode would show one aspect of the house being like, oh, one murder that took place in this house.
Yeah,
it connected.
See,
it didn't, but it did connect.
It was related in some way, shape, or form.
It wasn't connected to the main plot, but it was connected to the house.
Now
we have... Oh, don't forget the random subplot about Adam Levine and his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, by the way, aside from what's happening, we also have the future.
Present. The present day.
Yeah, the future for them, the present for us.
I'm sorry if I sound far away, I'm relaxed.
By the way, that squeaking is the chair squeaking, I can assure you.
It's not me farting, I promise.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, oh, Kitty, no. Oh, this show just makes us so sick.
Fair. Okay.
I can feel us getting... The demon is out.
No, I have to bring the demon back in for a second.
No.
Suck it back in.
Suck it back in. Never mind. When you suck the devil's dick... Are you sucking the devil? Never mind. I'm sorry.
It was too much.
I'm sorry.
That's much more. Don't.
That's way more sophisticated than this show asks for.
Yes. Okay. So I was reading the episode summaries for the episodes that we have watched. And I discovered something that I don't think was actually in the first episode. Again, it's been a while since we watched the first episode.
Oh, well, tell me and maybe I remember.
So I can't remember. I do remember when Dr. Arden had Tate strapped down to the table and was taking out the alien chip, he was talking some nonsense.
Yeah.
He was speaking something.
Oh, about did they send you from the institute? Are you
okay.
to
No, I think that was in the third episode when he straps Tate down again.
Yeah. You think so?
I think
yeah, I know. It was the third episode.
Yeah, in the first episode he's talking some bullshit.
Yeah.
This might have been revealed there, but reading it from the wiki, here we go. Reading it from the wiki, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Arthur Arden, who uses torturous experiments and murder in his quest to discover an ultimate immunity in the human body so he can let humans survive even through a nuclear warfare.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. You don't get to do that, wiki... Okay, you know what? Edit that fucking article and delete that line.
I don't know how to edit.
You would actually go to edit. Oh, you can actually... Yeah,
Oh, God, start it. Okay.
Wow, wait, editing an episode live. Okay, no, Kitty. Okay, no, you want to keep going up? Because you're actually in episode 3. That actually is a spoiler and makes no fucking sense.
Who uses torture, experimentation, and murder. Yeah.
Yeah, so delete that whole thing.
A bit of rivalry starts between them.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep. Done, and then just go to fucking save.
Where's save?
It should be at the bottom of the screen. Save changes. There you go!
Cool.
Wow, we just fixed Wikipedia. You don't get to... No, that didn't happen.
That did not happen.
That didn't happen. That actually didn't happen. That's stupid. Oh my god.
I've never edited the Wikipedia.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
I feel naughty.
Isn't it powerful?
It is.
I mean, also, real talk right now. Whoever is the person who manages the Danganronpa Wikipedia, go fuck yourself. Because there's articles in the in the Danganronpa wiki that the first line of a character's description is their spoiler.
Yeah, it's how they die.
I have been spoiled on so many Danganronpa characters because and by the way, you may be thinking, but Max, you clicked on the page. No, the Google preview tells you the first line of their description. So it's literally like character name, who dies so and so at the hand of so and so. Don't you not fucking know how to do spoiler tags?
Or at least that's not their character. At least
that literally
their ultimate thing.
This is not for Nagi, but I'm literally actually I can't tell you Nagi either. No, I mean he's super high school level lucky.
Yeah.
It's like Negi. Wait, no, Egi Negima. That's not his name, but it's fine.
Whatever.
Egi Negima, comma H so and so, comma the super high school level lucky, as opposed to Egi Negi spoiler.
Yep.
Man, whoever runs that wiki, I mean, I'm sure that it actually isn't one person, but whoever did that article for that character, Fuck you.
Multiple characters. Apparently.
Multiple characters. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Man, that sucked. Because there's nothing worse than I'm like, I want to get to know about this without being spoiled, and they just like spoiled. Mm. Also known as being interested in something popular.
Fair. I'm okay. I'm
so
starting to read the.
No, stop reading. Stop reading.
I need to stop reading.
Stop reading.
Okay.
Let's minimize the screen. Minimize the screen.
That's fair, honestly.
So finally, the demon's out of us.
I feel better.
Gee, I love that now we know why Dr. Arden's doing all of that.
He's a Nazi.
Yeah, but he's doing it to create immunity in the human body because that's clearly just justifying what happens later on.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we edited that, actually.
Yeah.
So no one, like, that... I mean, no one...
It'll be in the general summary, probably, but, like...
Okay, spoilers. I don't think anyone else other than us is looking at the American Horror Story Asylum fucking Wikipedia.
Fair.
Alright,
you guys.
This episode has been going on. Someone goes and edits is like, Dango Duo, why did you delete the truth? The leading facts, Dango Duo. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's an after the fact, so it doesn't count.
Wouldn't it? It would be
also,
awful.
Those Wikipedia episode summaries were terrible. It didn't talk about, like, half the shit we talked about.
So you could even say, there's like, for a better summary, just listen to this podcast.
Watch our goddamn videos.
Okay, I'm not saying to do this, okay? But please do not go and be like the first line of American Horror Story Asylum, Season 2 of a show hated by Dango Duo.
No.
We don't have a wiki page.
No.
But we could.
We could. That's too much work. If y'all want to do it, that's too much work.
Can you just make a wiki page?
I'm pretty sure.
That's weird.
Oh, I don't know about like a page on actual Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
I was thinking like a Wikia.
Oh my god, the Dango Duo Wikia.
Yeah, that you can probably just make. That's too much work.
That's too. What would even be there?
All of our
inside
stupid
jokes.
Memes, yeah.
What stupid memes?
I don't know. They could figure it out. You guys watch our shit more than we do.
I don't know. You watch our stuff.
I watch
and I edit a bunch of this stuff. So.
Yeah, but we don't like watch everything.
Like okay, like what would be like the most recent meme?
I don't know.
I can't even think of like what would be a recent meme, other than like okay, this is gonna go up before. No. Actually, this is gonna go up at like right at the this is gonna go up before. But a Ghost Kitty. Ghost Kitty while I'm recording Overwatch.
Fair.
I'm like, you're not here, Kitty. You're a ghost.
I am a ghost.
But
I hope this is actually sounding okay. I'm kind of far from the mic. Let me turn it more towards me a little.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, how about you just move closer? Just put your legs down for a second.
There's a chair in the way. I was trying to relax.
We're almost done, Kitty. My butt. My butt hurts from sitting on this fucking chair. It's fine. All right. Sorry, Michael-chan. Sorry, Table-chan. All right, guys. Dango Duo. SUFFERCAST. We're not done yet. Kitty, closed envelope. What do you think is gonna happen next? Just throw some shit at the wall, Kitty.
I bet the big twist later is that Lana and the Bloody-Faced Killer are gonna learn to work together. They're gonna work together.
Do you think he's gonna
corrupt her
to fuck him?
I think she will fuck him.
Yeah.
He won't have to ask.
That's words.
Yeah.
Oh, words. Oh, no. Wait. Fuck me on top of your
girlfriend's
frozen corpse.
Yeah. A defrosting corpse. It's still defrosting.
Yo, that's cold.
Literally. I think nothing's going to be resolved with Sister Jude.
Do you think she's going to be back at the asylum? Are we gonna walk it back?
No, I think she's gonna just like, she's not gonna be gone from the show because like she's a great actress and they've I don't know, that feels like
and she comes back later anyway. I think. Yeah,
so I think she's going to. I think her like plot line is going to be like mostly dropped. So like her thing with killing the girl and liking the Monsieur, I think that's mostly gonna be dropped.
Okay.
I think well, I know Briarcliff is going to hell, at least, so I think people are going to start asking about the zombie, and somehow they'll connect it back to the asylum, but Dr. Arden and Sister Mary Eunice will escape. They won't be charged for their crimes.
So you're thinking
and they're gonna escape together.
Are you thinking about a absolute everyone's out of the asylum?
Yeah, I think by the final episode, everyone will be gone from the asylum.
Okay. I mean, I was mostly thinking like the next following episodes.
Oh.
But
I'm overarching.
you know, this is, and honestly, like I feel that it's entirely likely that they're gonna end up converging again outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just like
I
right
feel
now, like right now, like
in
right.
the present day, maybe.
I don't think the show's gonna do do you think it's gonna do a time skip?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Because that means you have to recast someone as old Tate.
They won't.
You think they're just gonna put wrinkles on his fucking face?
Yeah, they did that. I'm pretty sure that Sister Jude, they've put wrinkles on her because you can't. It's harder to unwrinkle her because she's not as wrinkly in her flashbacks. So I think they are actually putting wrinkles on Sister Jude to make her look a little older.
I
don't know.
You know
yeah.
what would be fucking dope? If there was like an actual zombie apocalypse storyline, but that takes money, and they're not gonna do that.
they're not-
and also
no.
modern day.
Yeah, and
So
no,
that's not gonna
do
happen.
it. As for next episode, I think we'll discover that Grace is pregnant. Oh no.
Also, I'm gonna drop this in. The aliens are gonna save Tate. Before he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, totally.
I can almost guess. He's gonna be in the electric chair.
And then the light will come
the flash
in.
is gonna go. Yeah. And then he's gonna be in the alien ship.
Yep.
And then, the aliens are actually gonna go on like Bloodyface is gonna meet his end at the hands of the aliens.
That sounds stupid enough.
Also, you know what needs to happen? Someone of the main cast. Oh no! Dr. Arden is gonna die at the hands of his own zombies.
No, that would be good though.
I think that's super cliche. Like
It's
oh,
cliche,
of course.
but I think it's more cliche of him to get away with everything.
You think so?
I think so.
Huh.
Because he's the baddie, and
I don't know. I can imagine him like falling into like a pit or a hole in the ground full of zombies, and then just.
I imagine somebody dying to those zombies.
I was gonna say like someone
like a main
important,
character-ish,
but like it feels more cliche.
not titular, a superfluous character, like somebody like Grace or somebody like that.
Is Grace gonna die at childbirth?
Probably. That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
We already had that in the first season, remember? So
is Alma gonna become a main character?
No.
I
bet she's just like. I bet when the aliens save Tate, he's like, oh, Alma will be reunited, and she's turned to the alien side or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, no, Tate, the humans must now be exterminated.
Yep.
Zap, zap. Zap, zap. I don't know. I voted for Kodos. That's a Simpsons reference.
Okay.
It's a Treehouse of Horror episode in which this is actually okay. This is a Treehouse of Horror episode in which two aliens replace Bill Clinton and Al Gore.
Yes, I remember.
And the election still happens.
Yeah.
And then leading to the election, it is revealed that they're all both aliens, and then they're like, you can't win because of the election, and then they're like, you'll vote for us anyway, and they still get voted for anyway.
Yeah.
And then Homer is like, he voted for the other one. Krang and Kodos, I forget. He's like, I don't know, I voted for Kodos. I, for one, welcome our alien overlords.
Is that what that's from?
No, it's actually, I, for one, welcome our machine overlords. But it's fine. Simpson references out of the way. For a much better written show, check out The Simpsons from seasons 1 to 9.
A better horror show.
Yo, okay, real talk. Some of those Treehouse of Horror episodes are actually so dark that I'm surprised they went on TV.
Those are homages to horror, whereas this is a compilation of the shit that nobody likes from horror.
The Shining? Don't you mean The Shining? Shut up, you want to get sued?
See? That's funny. And a reference. That is actually and an homage.
Funny. By the way, I've been making that... Oh, man. I remember bonding with people in high school over Simpsons jokes. Simpsons were the original memes.
Fair.
The Simpsons were the original memes, you guys. All right.
I'm tired.
I'm Kitty, but the demon's out of us now.
For now.
We got pushed it out of our bodies. We
vomited it out.
Yeah. I was so hoping you would pick that up with a poop joke, but you know what? Vomiting is fine.
Yeah. Other bodily functions.
Hey, Vera, what is your favorite bodily function?
It's masturbate, or not.
It's
very specifically masturbate. It's coming, of course.
Yeah. It's
Everyone's favorite bodily function is coming. Let's be real here.
I guess. Some of our viewers might disagree, but that's fine.
The general public.
Yeah, you know what? Hey there, viewers. We're Dango Duo.
I'm tired.
We hope you enjoy. We have to do the outro. We hope you enjoyed the SUFFERCAST. This SUFFERCAST is available early to our Patreons. That is patreon.com/Dango Duo. If you want to go download this early and just download it as an MP3. We've gotten requests to do an RSS feed, and we're looking into doing that. But for now, because costs money to host stuff. It's just
Yeah.
costs money. And SoundCloud is dead? Question mark? I don't know. Someone was telling me that it wasn't dead.
Dying.
But then,
question mark?
but I don't feel comfortable putting up a podcast on a service that may be dying.
Hashtag grip fine.
Yeah.
You went too soon.
Yeah.
But you went before everything went to hell.
Yeah,
So.
yep. So
envious.
we're gonna work on that. But for now, if you wanna, like, on the day off, like, I mean, it's too late now. We should make that. We should tell that earlier in the episode, by the way.
That's
but it's
fine.
fine. Yeah, on the day an episode comes out, every 2 weeks. I think we're scheduling for every
Give
2
or
weeks.
take, yeah.
If you want to go download the episode, you can do so. It's available publicly, but early for our patrons over at .com/Dango Duo. Patreon.com/Dango Duo.
Patreon.com.
You can get cool perks. Actually, I forgot to talk about Twitter. But Twitter and our Amazon wishlist in the description of this video and of the post.
Yeah.
You can get us stuffs. You can follow us on Twitter. It's been a long video. We're tired.
I
But
worked a full day before this.
I'm sorry, Kitty.
It's okay.
It's okay, Kitty. It's okay because this episode is brought to you by our lovely patrons who do not only love to listen to us be in pain, but also love getting a shout out doing these
hopefully,
videos.
yeah.
Hopefully, doing our editorials, anime reviews, and reactions and podcasts. We want to give a big thank you to our Patreons:
Amelia,
Angela,
Arizos,
Luna.
and Victoria.
Thank you for your support.
Arigato
We suffer
gozaimasu.
for you.
We suffer, so you don't have to. Don't let me make that a thing. Just stop making me. Make me.
I don't know.
It's a Nostalgia Critic ripoff.
No, it's an homage, Kitty. Because you are aware that it is a homage. It would be a ripoff if you claimed you were original about it.
Fair.
So
Fair.
yeah, hey there, we're Dango Duo, and we suffer. So you don't fucking watch this show. Don't fucking watch this show. Don't even fucking dare.
I thought for a second you were talking about our show, and I'm like, that's fair.
Oh no. You're laughing so like legitimately about that.
So tired.
We hope that we are inspiring you to not ever
To
watch
never
American
watch-
Horror Story.
I promise, as a guarantee to you guys, we will tell you if anything gets good. If any part of this show ever is good, we will tell you.
But
so
until
far,
that day
no.
never happens.
I mean, there are some elements that could be interesting if done better in the season.
But-
But as an overall whole, this show sucks still.
Yeah.
So don't watch it still. Don't
The-
even watch like the scene of it. Don't
Yeah.
fucking touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. Don't look up a top 10 top 10 most top 10 top 10 clips of sexualized violence in American Horror Story Asylum. Oof.
That's not even. Oh yeah.
Hey everybody, thank you for tagging along.
Cruel world.
We'll see you on the next one.
Blech. We did it.